Corey. Welcome to Food and Flourish. In studio today, we are talking with Chef Edward Farrow of the MIM Café, which is the Musical Instrument Museum in Phoenix. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Now, for people who haven't heard of the MIM, which is unlikely, but you never know, can you tell us a little bit about the museum?
Sure. The museum is a museum based solely on musical instruments.
Okay.
From 6 continents. It represents just about every country in the world. And not only do you get to see instruments, but you can listen to those instruments and how they're played and see the culture which they come from.
Okay, and you work at the cafe within the museum.
Correct.
And you're doing something very special for Valentine's Day coming up on the 14th.
We are.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's our Valentine's event. It's called a Very Vintage Valentine's Day. We'll have a live band. There'll be swing dancing. There'll be live artists. And we'll be cooking some food, some hors d'oeuvres, globally influenced but locally sourced.
Okay.
As well as beer and wine that's grown and made in Arizona.
Do you have to make a reservation for this?
Most definitely recommended.
Okay.
You can buy tickets up until and at the night of the event.
Okay.
But I definitely recommend you get them in advance.
Okay, now can you tell us maybe kind of what people can expect as far as the menu is concerned?
Certainly. We're doing a pork muchacha slider, which the pork is from Wilson Ranch in the southeast part of the valley.
Okay.
Or excuse me, southwest part of the valley. And we're going to put some of their bacon on it as well. Some green chilies, and we're going to make a dill ranch dip, the dill being grown locally. So.
Now, these items that are going to be on the menu, can people order them at the cafe at a different time, or is this special made for this evening?
Well, it is. The menu is made for this evening, but our menu changes just about every other day.
Okay.
So sometimes they come on, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends what the seasons provide us, what nature provides us.
So if I went to the MIM one day and then I went maybe a month later, there's a chance that I may not get the same thing that I ordered a month ago.
Unless you ordered the burger off the grill, or our famous vegetable burger that we make in house.
Okay. So this is not one of the items at the Valentine's Day dinner.
Correct. This is just
but
kind of
you do offer this. Okay.
kind of an example of how we cook.
That's
Very
pretty.
fresh, very locally sourced. A lot of grains, fresh vegetables, and we cook fresh, and we make it fresh every day.
And you have some bottles here. What are these all from Arizona?
Yeah, these are all Arizona wines.
Okay.
My 4 favorite vintners. Arizona Stronghold is one fantastic vintner.
Okay.
Callaghan Vineyards, Kent Callaghan.
Okay.
Then we have Dos Cabezas, which is just a neighbor of Kent Callaghan, and that's a beautiful.
Oh, that's pretty.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's like plain. There's no words on the label.
Correct. That's the only one that's like that, but
yeah, it's kind of unique.
and then Pillsbury Wines, which is former filmmaker Sam Pillsbury has moved to the state and is making wine now. Just about all the vines for the Arizona wine industry, it's either in southeast Arizona or up near Cottonwood.
Now, these will be available the evening for Valentine's Day?
For Valentine's Day, we're featuring all of Sam Pillsbury's wines.
You are?
We
Okay.
are, so yeah, it'll be all local. We'll also have Four Peaks beer and Santan Brewery beer.
For the beer lovers.
And we'll be making a specialty cocktail.
Is there a name for the cocktail yet?
It's called a Passionate Affair.
A Passionate Affair.
So.
How fitting.
We're all about Cupid and aphrodisiacs.
So some of the items that the ingredients that you'll be using, are they considered aphrodisiac
Just
items?
about all of them are, correct.
Okay.
So, we need to help people get in the mood, I guess.
Right. Great idea. Okay, and then what are these again?
So these are called persimmons.
Okay, you had me try these off camera, and I have to tell you, first of all, they look a little bit like tomatoes, and I noticed they've got frost on them, and there's a reason for that.
Correct. Well, they were harvested in November for us by a farm near Globe called the Rivas Mountain Ranch, but they store very well in the freezer.
Okay.
So now it's just the condensation.
But you had told me something very unique about this.
Sure. So persimmons in general are not ripe until the first freeze. So it's hard for a farmer to let someone know when the persimmons are coming to market because
they're waiting for the freeze.
They're waiting for the first freeze. But one way you can kind of cheat is you can put them in your freezer. If they're unripe, you put them in your freezer, and that kind of helps them along a little. It's not the same as if they're still on the vine when it freezes.
Right.
But
well, they are very delicious and very sweet, and I actually can still kind of taste it a little bit.
yeah, it's a very, very long taste. They're very exotic. originally from the Middle East. You don't see them used a lot in this country. And they have just a short season. It's about 3-4 weeks in the fall.
Right.
So
Well, and then so we may see this on your menu at some point.
possibly.
We'll have to call and ask. Are you serving those persimmons?
Yeah, but, we in general we use the persimmons in desserts and/or cookies and pastries and such. So
Okay.
my pastry chef, Candace Shepard, is very adept at working in the local fruits into her creations.
Now, as far as the dessert is concerned, I know everybody always wants to know what's for dessert. Do we know what that is yet?
We have a 95%, 95% sure we're going to do our
Chocolate, no.
Yes, it is. It's Cordillera chocolate and local dried chili pudding.
Okay. Oh,
So Cordillera chocolate is a fair trade chocolate from Colombia. It's a single vineyard, a single family runs the operation. So that's not local.
right.
But anyway, the chilies are locally grown and dried, and we make a chocolate pudding. So it's basic chocolate pudding with a little kick on the back end.
Right, so you can look forward to dessert.
And chilies are quite an aphrodisiac.
That's what I've heard. Oh, and one last thing, entertainment. Everyone always wants to know, who's going to be performing. You guys will have live entertainment.
Correct.
Correct? Do you know the name of that band by chance? I don't remember the name of it, but I heard that it's a real popular. The Sugar Thieves are.
The Sugar Thieves.
That's what it is. See, I knew it. Didn't even have to pull my notes out of the air. And I heard they're very good. So swing dancing.
Correct.
To kind of get you into that vintage feel.
Yeah,
So,
it'll be a great party.
great. Well, good luck.
Well, thank you.
And we look forward to it.
That's great.